I did click it.
I need to see it. Now click the minus button.
What? This?
Yep. Thank you. Have a nice day. Jesus Christ. Yo. Yo. Like you said, what you say? Ghetto.
Ghetto.
I did
I need to see it. Now click the minus button.
this.
Yep. Why is it doing that? Thank you. Have a nice day. Jesus.
Because it was on live.
Yep. Oh shit. Thank you. Have a nice day. Damn, that's crazy. Jesus Christ. Yo. Yo. Like you said, what you say? All right. Ghetto.
Ghetto.
And you know what? And you know what? I'm gonna rock out just like that because I don't give a shit. But hey yo, salute to the people. It's the Social Forecast. It's the realest channel online. If you're not subscribed, you out your fucking mind. I got my sister here from the comfort zone. I apologize for that. I apologize for that ghetto start, but we're gonna fix that up right away.
What's good? This Jazz from the comfort zone. What we
She's
here
on
for
her
today.
grind right now, like 50 subscribers in one night, damn near.
That's a fact.
You on your grind? I ain't gonna hold you. All right, check this out. This is what I want to do, right? So remember how we was talking last night, and we started getting into this article, the 50 secrets it's okay to keep from your partner. I want to cover a couple more things with you. So I'm gonna go right into the next one with you, all right?
Right.
And you tell me your thoughts. So this one here says, so 50 secrets it's okay, according to this MSN article, 50 secrets it's okay to keep from your partner. This one here, 7 of 50. I skipped a couple because they were like stupid ones, like, oh, what if you're a klutz, or what if you think your partner's traditions are weird? Those are kind of stupid. I want like the real ones. So this next one says, what if you're attracted to their friend? Hold on, read what the article says. Yeah, hold on. It's totally normal to feel attracted to people other than your partner, but if it happens to be one of their friends, especially a close one, you're better off keeping quiet. Knowing about your attraction may make things awkward between your partner and their friend, and leave them wondering if they're about to be traded. Now, I'm gonna ask you first, right? You're attracted to your partner's friend. You're not doing anything. You're not trying to pursue it. You're not trying to be on no sneaky shit, no creep shit. You're just attracted to their friend. Now, attraction could be a few things. It could be you just visually think they're nice to look at, or y'all hang around in groups so much that maybe you start to maybe develop a little crush, whatever, right? You're attracted to their friend. This article says that's something that you should keep from your partner. What do you think?
I think that is absolutely right.
Why?
Because it causes friction in your relationship.
Okay, so you want to parrot this article exactly the way it's worded, right? So what happens if, let's say somehow by some weird twist of luck, right? If your partner came to you and was like, oh, like, because let's be real, if you're attracted to their friend and you're not saying nothing, you might not always be conscious of it, but you might at times exhibit that like you might like get caught staring at them or looking at them, whatever. Like you just might not realize it. So what happens if your partner comes to you and be like, yo, are you attracted to my friend? You got a little crush on my friend? What you say?
I'm lying.
You lying?
I'm lying. I'm lying for real. I'm lying. What you talking about? I don't know what you talking about. I don't know what you talking about. I'm lying.
So you just think, okay. So for a person who thinks that honesty is the best policy and it's best to be open more than it's not, this is one that you'll make the exception for.
I will make that exception. First of all,
now
let me say this first. This is a disclaimer. I've never been in a situation like that, and I don't think that I would ever put myself in a situation.
So all the partners because we got to be careful when you say put yourself. So all the partners you have ever had in your life, you have never once met a friend of theirs where in your head you were like, oh damn, this person's attractive, or this person, you know what I'm saying?
Never. I've never been in that position.
Okay, so let's say the role was switched around. Let's say your partner was attracted to one of your friends and you kind of noticed it a little bit. And let's say you asked them about it. Would you want them to lie to you, or would you want them to tell the truth? Because listen, like I know, if you ask the question, it means you already kind of know the answer. Right. So would you want them to be real with you, or would you want them to be like, nah?
I want them to lie to me.
Damn. See, I have a problem with that. I kind of can get it. I get it. There's really no reason for you to tell your partner that. But why would you want them to lie to you? Does the tension only come in when something's said out loud, or is the tension there because you already kind of know?
Both. And
that's a tough one. That one right there, I'm gonna be real. That's one that I kind of had a conflict with. I still think I would want to know. Like if I'm dealing with you, and that does happen where you're attracted to one of my friends, I would want you to be real with me. But I would expect and understand. I would expect you to lie about it, and I would semi-understand if you did. But like I said, if my goal is to create the kind of partnership where there is no secrets and we could completely talk to each other about anything. Because what I don't agree with this article when it says mentioning it to them could cause friction. But my thing is, if it can cause friction, if you think it can cause friction by you mentioning it, then it's already a problem. There's already a problem.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm just me knowing myself, because I'm an overthinker.
I think it's so. Let me ask you this, and I know you've been in this situation. So you out with your girl somewhere, and y'all both see somebody that she knows your type, so she knows you attracted to her. You see her walking by, and she go, "Hey, yo, you think she cute? You gonna lie?"
No.
So why does the friend part change it?
Because it's a friend.
But you can't turn off attraction, which is subconscious, just because that person.
But that I can't. That is hard because
it is.
Me personally, I can't speak for everybody else. Me personally, I know myself. Even if I already knew that there's some attraction there, if you said it to me like, yeah, it's gonna make me think too much. I'm gonna have an issue with that. I'm gonna question you about things. I'm not gonna want to bring you around my friend. I'm not, and I think the biggest issue for me is because if I call you my friend, because I don't have a lot of friends, 9 times out of 10 you're considered my family. So when something like that come into play, when you have I think it's a lot different if it's somebody like, say if one of my girls had attraction to you, or my best friend Silk, or my best friend Jasmine. Them the only people that you know what I'm saying, that y'all are all close to me. I don't have people outside of that circle that I could be like, all right, well, all right, I know she cute anyway, but nah, to me that's like, I look at you different. Like, why are you attracted to my friend? Like, that's my best friend. That's my sister. That's my brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? It would make me want to question it too much. I wouldn't be able to stop thinking about it.
Okay, I can respect that.
I'm an overthinker.
Right. I think a lot of us Libras are, but okay. So when I originally covered this video on my channel, somebody hit me up in the comments and was like, no, I wouldn't say anything. And not only that, once I started realizing that I was attracted to them, I would remove myself from the situation, as in I wouldn't hang out with them as much anymore. If my partner was going out with them, I would be like, nah, or I would stay home or make other plans. Now let me ask you this. If that was the route that you would take, how long do you realistically think you can avoid that if that's a close friend? And at what point when your
You
partner
can't.
comes to you and be
You
like, yo,
cannot. You can't avoid it. It's impossible. You can't avoid it.
so
Do I
so
think
so
personally? I do not think that my partner and my friends should have that type of relationship that they're hanging out without me anyway.
no,
Period.
not without you, always a group.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is now
But
you're
see,
you're pushing it,
I
you're
don't
pushing
put
it to the back
myself.
of your mind, right? But let's say you push it to the back of your mind, you're like, nah, this is my partner's friend. I ain't saying shit to her, and I'm pushing it to the back of my mind. But the more y'all hang out in groups together or whatever, now it's starting to you really starting like, yo, I like this person. Like this, you know what I'm saying? At what do you do? At what point you gotta do something? What do you do?
I don't
Because
know.
the more you're around that person, the more you're gonna, you know what I'm saying?
That's a very difficult thing to deal with. Very. I I always stuck by. I don't. Me and my girlfriend have very separate lives when it comes to our friends,
Mm-hmm.
and like there may be situations like if we all get the kids together, we'll hang out, or if what I'm saying, in passing, like if I'm dropping my girl off or picking my girl up. But there's never we haven't had any situations, or I haven't been put in situations where I'm actually hanging out with my girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how I would feel, but I know me. I know that I'm an overthinker, and I just feel like it would just cause way too much headache, way too much friction. Like it's just that's deep. That's deep for you to even be attracted to your girlfriends or your significant other friend.
It is, but if you
It
can't control it,
happens. You
it
can't
does.
control it, but I ain't never been put in that situation, and I hope I don't ever be put in a situation like that because, and the fact that I am an honest person, who knows? I might be the person to say something, but I don't think that I would. I think I would keep like something like that to myself.
I got another one for you. That was a hard one. And I think that was one of the few out of the 50 things this article says it's okay to keep from your partner. I think that was one that I was like on the fence about too. Um, Let me see what else they got. Um, I want a good one. Okay, this is a good one. Um, I'm not on the fence about this one. I'm dead set on my opinion about this one. Um, 50 secrets it's okay to keep from your partner. Your friends' secrets. The article says close friends sometimes share their deepest secrets with one another. And even if you usually tell your partner everything, it's totally fine not to share those secrets with him or her. In fact, it means you're being a good and loyal friend and maintaining that person's trust in you. So, you got a partner, right? Your girl, but you also got your best friend. Now, your best friend shares all their stressful situations with you, whatever drama they got going on in their lives. Now, pillow talking is a real thing. So, have you ever been in a situation, or would you, where you pillow talking with your girl and you like, yo, my friend, whatever they going through, this, that, whatever, whatever. Are you telling things that if your friend knew you were, there's a possibility they would be upset about it?
I have, me and my girlfriend talk about a lot of things, and there may be some things that we discuss that is supposed to be kept between me and another person, but you got to know what you can and cannot discuss. Like, because I
So
do
you
think that
think there are things that are off limits to tell your partner
they
about?
are things that are off limits
Why?
because some things are just so sacred that you I'm trying to see how I could put that.
And I know where you're trying to go, but my question is this: if there are some secrets that your friend would tell you that you can't tell your partner, is that you saying that on some level you may not trust your partner with that information? Because you're supposed to also trust that your partner is going to keep to themselves what you share with them.
That the thing about life the thing about life, let me just say this. The thing about life is you just you don't know. That part, that little piece of you that don't know it becomes big when it comes to something like a secret that a friend may give you. That just not knowing. It's not really so much that you don't trust your partner. It's just you don't know. It could be any situation. It could be you and your partner broke up, because people do this, and this is the problem. When you see something like this happen, it changes how you see things. So it's like, if we break up and you run all the business down that we done talked about, now look.
Now, what about this?
This is the thing. I got one friend, one of my best friends. Me and her so close when it comes to these type of things that she know that I'm going to talk to my partner about it. If you understand. Then I got another friend that don't feel comfortable with me telling anybody. But they're two different type of people. So one friend is like, look, I already know how it is. You pillow talk with your partner. As long as you trust her, I trust her. Like that type of shit. The other friend is more like she more closed and private and secret. So it's like if she tell me something, but see, she's also skeptical about what she tell me too, even though she's my best friend. She just a closed person. But I don't see this thing. Don't mistake me saying this with saying I see something wrong with you pillow talking. I don't see anything wrong with pillow talking. I feel like if you trust your partner enough, I feel like you should be able to tell your partner anything, and everything.
Now, two things, right? I have two things that I want to throw out there to you. At the same time, while you're being extra careful not to pillow talk your friend's deepest, darkest secrets, they over there pillow talking with their partner about yours.
About yours. Yeah.
And the other thing is, because this is interesting, this is why I bring this particular one up with you. How come that same logic don't apply when it comes to our partners, though? Because see, we'll protect our friends' secrets, and we won't talk about our friends' secrets to our partner. But whatever drama we got going on with our partner, we'll tell our closest friends. What you got to say about that?
To a certain extent, me, I am a very, 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 very private person when it comes to my relationship. There are things that I will discuss, and there are things that I won't discuss. And the reason why I am that way is because, and if I do discuss anything with anybody that has to do with my relationship, I will also make sure I let them know, listen, this is not to say that I'm going to leave my girlfriend. This is not to say that I'm bad talking her. This is what we would, it's simply, this is what's going on. Do you think I'm wrong? Or do you think, it's never a situation where I'm like, yeah, fuck that bitch. I'm leaving that bitch.
Right.
It's never like, see, that's where people make mistakes. They tell things in such a bad, negative, I want you to hate my partner just like I hate her right now. I don't do that because at the end of the day, it's very hard. It will be hard for you to forgive my partner, and I done went back to her and forgave her. You get what I'm saying? So I keep certain things I just don't talk about, because it's just things that people just don't understand. I don't understand why people stay in relationships when things happen. So I know that somebody may not understand why I stay in my relationship after something happened. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
and then you know who you can trust with, because you got a person that sit there and listen to your information. You got a person that'll sit there and listen to all your problems and be like, oh well, you know, you gotta sometimes they'll give you real advice. Then you got a person that think about everything negative. Well, leave the bitch. You know, so you know who you can discuss things with, and you know who you can't. You know who is, you know, you it's like, you ever thought about something like this? Let's connect it like this. It's, you know, when you mad about something, right? Let's say you want to go fight somebody. You know who you could call, and they gonna be like, bitch, let's go fight. Because you really want to go fight, so you want them to hype you up. And then you know who you could call that's gonna calm you down, like, bitch, it's not worth it. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like when it comes to sharing those type of secrets, you know who it is you can call and who it is you can't.
Okay. And we both have to acknowledge this, though. Even though you just said all that you just said, we know that the partner, even though it's like you're looking for insight, you're looking to see if you're missing something in that perspective, right? But we also know that if your partner were to find out that you're sharing any information with your friend about them, they automatically in their heads think that's what you're doing. You're down talking to them.
I like, my girlfriend has a friend that she tells her friend damn close to, I'm not gonna say 100% everything, but I'm gonna say about 85% of everything. She tells her everything. I already know this, so I know when I make her mad, 9 times, I'm gonna say 8 times out of 10, she texting her friend. She telling her, fuck this bitch, I'm out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? But her friend already know her, so her friend probably be like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, just chill. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't feel no type of way about it, because I know that she trusts her friend that much that I can't stop her from talking to her friends about anything. I just can't.
So then what it sounds like is all is really not fair in love and war. Because if I can feel strongly enough to say, I'm not the kind of person to share my friends' secrets with my partners, and or vice versa. But if my partner does it, you know, it is what it is.
Everybody different. That's just simple life. Like, everybody different. I'm more secretive than she is.
All right, I got another one for you. Huh. We covered this yesterday, and it's on this list. You think they're too sensitive. We covered this yesterday, so I'm gonna keep going. But I just wanted to let you know this is on the list, because that's a problem in a lot of relationships.
Right.
Okay, this is a big one. This one we're gonna have to close out with, because I don't think we can really follow this one with any other one, because this one is gonna take a second. You blame your partner for your unhappiness. Hold on. If you're feeling unsatisfied, it may be partly due to your partner's behavior, but it's not productive or helpful to lay the blame at their feet. Such a statement will only damage their self-esteem and further harm your relationship. Besides, at least some of your unhappiness may stem from your own life or a sense of disconnection from your partner. So basically, how I interpret this, right? And we know this is one of the most rampant things in relationships. Too many people rely on their partner for their happiness, and when they're not happy, it must be their partner's fault. Go ahead.
All right. I think that, so we're simply just talking about whether that's something that you talk to your partner about or not, right?
Right. If you're unhappy with if it doesn't even say if you're unhappy with your partner, it says if you blame your partner for your unhappiness, does that warrant a conversation? Do you keep that to yourself, or do you tell them? This is 50 secrets it's okay to keep from your partner.
Um, see that they get a little slick by using the word blame. That's how they get a little slick when they use that
But I
word
think it's
blame.
realistic, though. I think it's realistic because a lot of people
It
do.
is realistic because I'm actually
Mhm.
going through something in that is similar to that too, but it's not so much as blame. It's more of, you know, it's something that you're not doing that's affecting me, but not so much.
So let's change blame. Let's just say you attribute your unhappiness to your partner. In some way, shape, or form, they're the cause for why you're not feeling like yourself. Do you tell them or do you not?
You tell them. You tell them. How do you
Why?
get past that without telling them? How? Because how do you get
I
past
agree.
it without telling them? How can a person? Because you know, if you got a problem with me and you don't never tell me, that's always going to be your problem. It only
Exactly.
becomes my problem if you tell me.
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. And I feel the same way about people who do shit in their relationship, like cheat or what have you, or get fed up with the relationship and leave, and
But you
then
never
want to have
told me
a
why.
conversation. Right.
Yeah,
You can never blame me for anything that transpires in our relationship if you didn't have a conversation with me first.
right.
If you don't come to me and give me the opportunity to fix a situation by clearly laying out what the issue is, and then also being willing to understand your part in it, if you don't do those things, you can never blame me for anything that happens in our relationship.
That's a fact.
I feel so strongly about that. So strongly about that. But also, I would add to that, too many people rely on their partner for their happiness.
For their
Listen,
happiness. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not, I could rock with you all day. I could have all the love in the world for you. But, and I hate this. When people say, oh, your partner should be your best friend, I don't agree with that. I don't believe that. Listen, I have my friends, you have your friends. We rock with each other for the reasons we rock with each other. You rock with your friends for other things that they add to your life that I can't ever possibly add to your life, and vice versa. One person should never bear the burden of being responsible for whether or not you're happy, because the second that I'm solely responsible for the happiness you feel or don't feel, I'm already going to fail at that 100 times out of 100. There's no way I can ever succeed at that. We
You
are
gotta
not here
make
to
yourself happy.
that, and no one person can fulfill every single need that you have. It's impossible.
Nah. It could that's because needs is distributed by pieces. Like
Right.
there like sometimes you like it's like sometimes you feel a need to have to hang out with your partner, then sometimes you don't want to hang out with your partner, you need to you feel that need to want to be around just your friends. Sometimes you like,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying, it's pieces, it's bits and pieces that make up into a whole,
Right.
and that's happiness. That whole is happiness. And that's just like saying, well, if my partner is the person that needs to make me happy, then that means you don't need anybody else in your life. But that's not
Right.
true. You need to
Right.
have different things that make you a whole person.
Hmm.
And that's something, but that's something that a lot of people don't understand either.
A lot of people, to most people, and even with friends. That's not even just relationships. Even with friends, look, we have different friends for different reasons, and all friends aren't created equal. Like, I might have one friend that I just like to turn up with, go drink, go party, forget about my problems, and I know that friend just likes to have fun. I might have another friend, like you said, when shit hit the fan, and I need somebody who I know gonna scrap with me. I got that friend. I might have a friend that I can actually talk about real life, deep situations with, because they could go to that level. I might have a friend I might just like to smoke with. I might have a friend, like, we have friends. I have people who I would consider a friend, but I wouldn't invite them to my house. I wouldn't necessarily go out and hang out with them. But when we do link up in those situations, everything's cool. There's different people that play different roles. But
Right.
to put all of those roles on one person because you got a partner, you know those people, they get into a relationship and they shut all their friends out. It's no more. Now you're creating
I
issues
used
in
to
your
be
relationship.
like that. I used to be like that.
But
I
see,
used
you
to be like
create potential issues in your relationship because now you're blocking yourself off from everybody that you was close to Now you got no choice but to rely on that person. So
For
when they
every,
start fucking up or doing shit wrong,
yeah.
now it's amplified.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's why you're not supposed to revolve your life around just one person.
But I say that, and as I'm saying that, I'm thinking at the same time, there are also exceptions to that because I'm a person who believes you should associate with people in similar situations as you. Like if I'm a married individual, every single one of my friends are single. Like they might be in a relationship, but they're not married. I might at some point start to filter how often I'm around them because our life situations no longer match up. So if you got that one married or committed relationship person and the whole group of 10 friends, and they always talking about going out every weekend, and you know you booed up every weekend, at a certain point you might feel like you're missing something. Get you a couple friends who are also in that same situation so you can see the best of both sides and then plan you maybe a couple times a month or once every other month time to go out and do that and have fun. You know what I'm saying? But you
I'm a
gotta,
firm believer of that too. I don't feel like,
yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying that you can't have single friends, but I feel like they
right,
promote different things. You know what I'm
different
saying?
things, right?
Like, and it's very hard to maintain the things that you need to maintain being in a relationship or even being married when you have, you know, majority of your friends is not in that situation. They tend to not understand your situation. They tend to it's even it's even it even goes as far as having a close friend that's not in a, like, say your best friend is not in a relationship at the moment, and you're in a relationship at the moment. It's very challenging. It's very challenging, and it's because you change how you are when you get into a relationship.
Yeah,
Period.
rightfully so, rightfully
Your
so.
time becomes more limited. Your focus is a little different.
Hmm.
Your like you hanging out and stuff, all of those things is different because now you just included somebody else into your life, and the level that they're on in your life is different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and I've ran into a lot of those issues in my past. Still going
And
through it now.
how do you navigate through those?
Um, the problem is at this point in my life, I have a no tolerance for it. Like, I feel like I shouldn't have to choose between the person that I lay in the bed with every night and the person that and a close friend. And when I say that, I say, um, understand. I feel like as a close friend, you should understand the difference. Like, you should understand that there will be a difference. That, you know, I shouldn't have to explain myself. I shouldn't have to defend myself in those type of situations. And it's just, that's just it. Period. I could, and the problem, I think the problem is because I know that at one point I was somebody that block everybody else out and revolve myself around one person, but I've changed that part of me. But still, a little piece of me is still gonna focus a lot of my time, majority of my time, on my relationship because this is a person that I'm actually building with. You know what I'm saying? I would understand if we're more established in a relationship and in life, it's a little different. But when you are actually still building with a person, like still trying to get to a point in life where y'all just are y'all happy, you have the things that you need, you have the things that you want, that changes. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
we're
100%.
building to get to a place that we're both happy at. Like, we're both happy at, and that's just in life. I'm not talking about with each other. I'm talking about in life. Like, as far as buying a house, buying a new car, like, you know what I'm saying, having the things that we want. So because we're building together, we spend most of our time together. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's
I
like
get you.
it's different, but I shouldn't have to defend myself on that because when you get older, those are the type of things you do. You in a relationship, you focus on your relationship and the things that you try to accomplish in that relationship.
Yeah. So
Do
where are you in relation to the people who feel like your friends were there before your partner and they'll most likely be there after them? How do you feel about that?
um
Because if you go into a relationship thinking that, are you really 100% focused on making, like you said, building and making that relationship work? If you're already going in thinking, well, my friends were here first and they'll be here after you're gone.
I don't go. That's the thing, because I don't go in thinking that way, and I don't think I should go in thinking that way.
But you agree there are a lot of people who do.
I do agree. I do agree to that. There's a lot of people that believe that, and in some situations it may be true, but I don't believe that you should go in any situation believing that. I don't think you should go into friendships thinking that, because even with a friendship, people are firm believers of, well, I knew her longer. You know what I'm saying? So they should come first. Nah, it don't work like that. I met you in 2001. I got people that I call my best friend from 1998. Are they still my friends now? You get what I'm
Right.
saying? The length of time don't determine what your vibe is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And take it a step further, if you're really a best friend of someone, like us, for example, we met in 2001. Now we have gone several stints where we didn't talk for years at a time. But every time we link back up, it's like it never stopped. We may have newer developments and things going on in our lives at that time, but it's never been that I felt like I had to get to know you all over again.
It's not an awkward situation. It's never an awkward
exactly. It's like
situation. It's
you were
always
living your
what's up,
life,
sis?
doing what you got to do, and now, okay, what's going on? What's new? But it's right back. You see what I'm saying? Like, and there's been years where we were together hanging out every day. And then there were years where we barely talked, maybe a text message here and there. But I think once you develop that true friendship with somebody, that nothing really could ever really come in between that for too long a period of time.
Right.
And then there
That's
are
the
people that I was like, that I would have considered like family at one point that I just don't talk to or care to talk to in my present, you know what I'm saying? Like in my present state of mind and where I'm at right now in my life. Like there are people I
But I
literally
think
rock
that's
with.
all. I think that's all that all has to do with. It is the type of person that you are, and it also has to do with the type of how you grow.
Mm-hmm.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because some people grow and don't hold grudges and stuff like that as they're growing, and some people do.
But not even from the standpoint of a grudge. Like I wish everybody well. I don't wish no ill will to nobody. But like there are people who I literally were with day in, day out, every day. And just through the natural process of life and getting older and exploring your own path and seeing where your life takes you, those certain people, life just pulls you away from those people. And then there's certain people like you and maybe one or two other people who I'm close with still that somehow life just bring you. See, I feel like life chooses like what people are meant to be in your circle permanently and what people aren't. Because I didn't necessarily do anything different to keep the people in my circle who are still there versus me not doing things to not have the people who are no longer there. It just seemed like when those times were right, those same few people just kept popping up or we just kept linking back up. Because I have every single contact in my phone from just about every person I met since back then. But it's always the same go-to people. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't know what it is. I just trust that those people will always be around because whenever we link up, that's what it is. It's that same energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are people who, if I spoke to today, I would feel like they're strangers. I would feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
awkward.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I met you through, at that time, one of my best friends, Nikki Bettinger. And me and her stayed close up till, I want to say, maybe 7, 8 years ago. I haven't spoken to her in at least that amount of time. Don't know where she is, don't know what she's doing. But
I think you might be the only person I speak to, I mean, like close with from high school. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, well, yeah, from high school. But somebody
other than you, Henry, and
Adam.
Sarah Casement, who I graduated with. Adam, I speak to every once in a while. He's in Trinidad, but I don't even have the desire to really talk to him like that. But I talk to Henry every day, just about. I talk to you just about every day. And I talk to Sarah once in a while now because obviously she's married with a family and kids and she has her own shit going on. But like I said, is when we talk, it's like, yo, there's never a uncomfortable moment. Like, I don't feel like I can't tell her what's been going on. She don't feel like she can't tell me what's been going on. It's just like we just talked. You see what I'm saying? Like, I talked to her maybe about a week ago. Prior to that, I hadn't spoken to her in like 6, 7 months.
Right.
But it was like, yo, this is what's happening. This is what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, it's always that energy.
But see, that's because you get people that understand that life happens.
Right.
And then you get people that just be like, or some,
yeah,
you was acting funny. Like, nah, it don't necessarily be that. Life happens. Like,
it
you know what I'm
does.
saying?
And just because
everybody ain't once again we run into everybody's not the same. I got friends, let me tell you, I got friends that I've been friends with for over 10 years. To this day, these same friends keep me on my toes because these same friends blow my phone up. They may not talk to me for a week. If a week go by, they be like, yo, I haven't spoken to Jasmine. Blow my phone. I got a voicemail on my phone right now.
Like, what if, like, when you ask
my
sis,
friend like, yo, I don't got no problem with pulling up. I don't like this. I'm starting to feel like every time I call you, that's the only time we speak. Like,
right.
that person is, that person is genuine. They on some, yo, whatever I gotta do to get you back on track, that's what I gotta do. You got people like that's in your life, but you got people that's like, oh, well, she ain't called me.
Right. And then you know how I know the three of y'all are like lifelong friends, and how I know we're gonna be old and rocking chairs, still doing this, you know what I'm saying? Still checking in, because I moved 3 states away, and most people, you're out of sight, you're out of mind. The fact that I can still have as close a friendship with these few handful of people, and the fact that I haven't physically seen any of y'all in years, that shit is dope to me. Right. Because I know that if I still lived in Jersey, we would be going out, you know what I'm saying, whenever we had free time to do it.
We probably would be in the crib, just
doing videos.
Yeah, right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, you coming through? All right, nigga probably have the key to my crib. Like, that type of, like, and so, I mean, but you got genuine people in your life, and then you got people that ain't meant to be in your life. They only, right. Some people come into your life just for that moment, because there's something in that moment that you need them for. That's real shit. Like, people don't want to look at situations as, oh, well, I just needed them in my life at that moment, but it's true. Sometimes people come in your life for that moment that you needed them for, because everybody in your life have a different need. You know what I'm saying? I know that I could talk to you about deep shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You gonna give me some real advice, or I'm gonna give you some real advice. You gonna ask me what I think, I'm gonna ask you what you think. Then I know I got one friend that I got one friend that probably just gonna be on the phone telling me all her problems. But I know that at this moment, I'm that person that she need.
Yeah.
You know, like, what I'm
Henry,
saying? Like,
I would not tell him a single deep, dark secret of mine, but that's my boy. I know when it's time to goof off and play GTA or whatever, or just talk shit, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't, not because I don't trust them, but one, we're men, and men don't typically vibe like that with each other for the most part. And 2, that's not the position that he plays in my life. And if we do share certain war stories or shit like that, it's in a different way. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like in a more of a, like,
Playful way.
testosterone filled kind of
Yeah.
way. And like,
Yeah.
yo, my baby mom tripping. Like, yo, my wife tripping. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more like how men
Yeah.
do. But
Yeah.
it's just incredible. So, I think I'm gonna ask, do we end on that note, or do you want this crazy one that I'm looking at right now?
Let's hit the crazy one right quick. I got a little bit of time on my hands right now. I got about 30 minutes.
Because
So
see,
let me
on your platform, you got to worry about time. I don't worry about time on my platform.
right. No, I'm saying I got about 30 minutes to go pick my
It's a
girl up. So
it's a crazy one.
all right, hit me with it. I need to light a cigarette. I done smoked 2 already.
Yes.
Oh, I need to pour another drink. Huh?
Especially us being us. Yes. You ready?
All right, I'm ready.
So, 50 secrets it's okay to keep from your partner. My tagline is, but not really. In some ways, comma, your ex was better. Hold on. Hold on. You should have lit that cigarette. Hold on. People break up for lots of reasons. And despite not wanting to be with your ex anymore, there might be things you like better about them. However, your current partner is not the person you should be you should be talking about those things with. It can breed insecurity and jealousy in your relationship. Go. Because see, yeah, take that shot. Because see, this article is from the standpoint of it's assuming that you left your partner. People break up for a lot of reasons. That's true. We don't know why that last
But
relationship
we
ended.
know the biggest thing that people have an issue with when it comes to something like that is sex. You know that. The biggest thing that a person does not want to hear is that somebody else in this world, whether it was your ex or one night stand, whatever, is better than what you are doing to your significant other right now. We know that's the biggest thing. And that article is probably talking about that same thing. And my personal opinion, not
But
that
wait,
I ever
wait. I'll agree partially, but before you pigeonhole it to just sex, there are a lot of other things too that a person
it
can feel
is.
like,
It's a
okay,
lot of other things. It is a lot of other things, but I know that the biggest thing that people have an issue with, especially men, is the sex aspect. They do not want to know that you are not, because I don't know if you do this, but a lot of times in lesbian relationships, we have this question, or not even this question. Like, this is not a really joke, but this is a conversation that me and my best friend may have every so often. Like, let's say if I done been in like 3 different partnerships in the past like 6-7 years, this question always come up. Your top 3. This question always come up. Did your top 3 change? Question always come up. It always come up because but it's not something that and my relationships, most of my relationships, that question has always come up. But I've always been honest about it. But it never comes up once you get into that relationship if whether my top 3 changed. Because
let's divert for a second. Let's divert for a quick second. I don't think I have a top 3. I don't have.
You got a top 1.
No, what I'm yeah, nah, for real. I don't think I have a top 3 because I don't.
It's certain different things that people do that may be
No,
better.
not even that. I don't have enough partners to have a top 3. I think to have a top 3, you would have, in my opinion, at least had to have 7 or more partners. I don't have 7 or more partners.
Call me a thought. It's like that.
No, because let's think about it. I can only realistically say I've been in 3 relationships, and 2 of them were super long term. One was 4 years, and the other one is my 13-year marriage. So I can't really say I have a top 3.
Yeah, you can't say that. I could.
But let's get back into the alignment with this article. The point is, whatever it is that your ex was better at, the point is,
Do you
and I'm not,
relate
and
that
look,
to your?
and none of these things am I ever saying, when I say I don't believe you should keep 95% of these things from your partner, I don't mean, hey, yo, guess what? Yo, my ex was, I'm saying, when y'all are in y'all every day just talking about different things and different things come up, because you know it's also a common practice that when you get into a relationship, certain questions are asked about that person's past partners or partner. And what I'm saying is this something that you, if there was a thing you could pinpoint, and let's not even say sex, if there was something you could pinpoint, something else that you clearly could say, my ex was better at this, is that something that you would keep from your partner or something that you would share with them?
I'm keeping it.
So if the one thing that your ex was better at is at the top 2 or 3 of your list of things that you have to feel like that relationship is successful, and you know that your current partner wasn't providing it, and that was not the cause for your last relationship ending, but that was one of the biggest things that made you happy with that relationship, even if from the standpoint of not saying my ex was better than you wouldn't try to get that partner to provide you with that thing, knowing how big it was to you.
Yeah, but you don't have to provide the information that your ex did it. My ex did this. That's not the. You don't have to do that.
But why is that a problem if you do?
Because it makes your current partner feel like they have to compete.
And why do we care? Because let's go back to the conversation we had yesterday. I'm communicating to you over and over again, and you know what I expect, like we both agree, and you know what I'm providing, and what you're refusing for whatever reason. Just asking a question.
Oh, that froze for a minute. But I
So let's say your girl came to you tonight. Y'all laying down, y'all talking, whatever, and she looks over at you on some real serious shit, and she be like, "Yo, is there anything about your ex or any of your exes that like you really, really like them or love them for that you don't feel like I give you? You keeping that? You holding that in? You keeping that shit a secret? You gonna be like, nah, we good? When you know full well what you want to really say?
nah, I'm telling. I'm telling.
Okay.
I think right now I be thinking like us having at the moment of us having a conversation, I want to be like, nah, I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna keep that to myself. But the problem is with me, I'm just very honest. Sometimes I'm so honest. Sometimes I'm so honest it gets me in trouble because I'm very honest and I say things without thinking. Sometimes not realizing that you could hurt somebody's feelings, but most of the time I don't care at the moment because I'm just a very honest person. So I know for a fact that if my girl came to me and said, what in your last relationship did you have that was something that was important to you that you're not getting now? And the first thing I'll say is communication. But
that's it. That's my big thing too.
You get what I'm saying? So I know that I would do that, but
because
I'm also aware that it can cause friction. It can cause friction because certain people can't handle that type of thing. Those type of things.
A lot of
people. So it's like I know that it can cause friction, especially, and I'm gonna keep saying this, especially when it comes to sex. And
I'll deal with a person who I don't feel sexually is on the same level as previous partners of mine if the biggest thing for me, which is communication, was where I wanted it to be.
Right. I don't know. I don't know if I could.
But then you know what'll happen? 9 out of 10 people, I'll give the benefit of the doubt. 7 out of 10 people will be like, so how come you're not still with your ex? And I hate that That's not a valid response. That's not me saying that somebody provided me with something that you're not is not green light for you to say, so then how come you're not still with your ex?
Because there's different reasons that you break up with people for. It's
Exactly.
not. It
Exactly.
don't necessarily have to be. Communication is not the main reason why you break up with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Trust is not a main reason why you break up with somebody. Finances is
Trust
not a main reason why it causes issues.
trust is bullshit. Trust is an illusion.
You've been saying that for years, bro.
Trust is an illusion.
You've been saying that for years.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It is. I hate when people feel like trust should be at the top of the list. Nah, no. It's an illusion.
Trust is
It doesn't exist. It's a fallacy. It doesn't exist. It's not a real thing. It doesn't exist in any way, shape, or form whatsoever.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
What do you think I'm saying?
We had this conversation before.
Because I don't want people who hear this to think
I
that
explain
it's
what
me
you mean.
being
Explain
jaded.
what you mean.
Okay, so I'm not being jaded. I have thought about this deeply the entirety of my adult life. Patience is important in relationships because it can be practiced and you can readily see it when it's not there, and you can readily see it when it's there. Understanding is important in relationships, just like communication, because you can readily see when it's not there, and you can readily see when it's there and when it's working. Trust is solely predicated on a person who has no evidence that you have ever done anything to violate their trust, so they trust you and they think they can trust you. The only time trust comes into play as an issue is once you have evidence that someone did something to break that trust. So my question is to people always, if you trusting me or not trusting me has nothing to do with the reality of what I'm doing or not doing behind your back, but only comes into play once you have some knowledge of it, but you were otherwise perfectly happy with me before you had that knowledge, how can trust have so much power?
That's a fact. You know what? You are completely right, because I'm a firm believer of, if you don't like it, I'm not a cheater. I don't want anybody to think that I'm a cheater, but I'm a firm believer of this. If you don't change how you treat your significant other, how you take care of your home, how you do things at home, period, a person would never look deep into anything that you're doing, and they won't see anything wrong with what you're doing. And you could be living a double life, but as long as you maintain who you are from the beginning to the end, as far as providing, protecting, honesty, everything, a person won't look that deep into anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am who I am, I kid you not. You could ask my girlfriend right now. Well, she's not here, but you could ask my girlfriend. She has no issue with trust when it comes to me, because I have not changed from the beginning to the end. The way I take care of home, the way I take care of her, the way I'm honest. I've been honest with her from day one. So when it comes to trust, she'll tell anybody, I trust my girlfriend. From that alone, I know that I could do anything that I want outside of home, because
Right.
I'm not going to change anything that's inside of home for her to even want to look deep into it.
And that's a fact. And I was a victim of it. So I know it's a fact. And that's when I realized, and I really started thinking, because somebody asked me, this is how real it is, right? Somebody asked me once if I trusted a partner I was with, or no, somebody asked me if I ever thought a partner I was with would ever cheat on me. I kid you not, I was not exaggerating. I said, for all the reasons that you just said, I said, I would be willing to bet my life on the fact that this person would never cheat on me. Do you know exactly a month later, I found out about a double life this person was living? And I really would have been like, I would have bet any amount of money. I would have bet the house. I would have bet the kitchen sink, anything because of what you just said. But see, most women hear that, and I'm about to check all women right now too for that. Think that when men don't notice that women cheat, it's because we're stupid or we're not as smart as them. No. It's because, like you said, if you're a halfway decent woman, semi taking care of home, and putting on that role of being a good wife or a good girl or whatever, that's a department of stress we don't need or want to tap into, to be worrying about what she's potentially doing. But by nature, I feel like most women in dealing with men are just always on that edge. It's not about a stupid or smarter thing. I didn't see any sign of me being cheated on for as long as I was. But it was because a person played a role and played that act so well that would have been the last thing to cross my
You
mind.
had no reason to even look deeper.
No reason. And then when I found out what was really going on, I said, oh, okay. So this is that trust that I always felt. Now, let me paint the picture. I trusted you 100%. The whole time you were living a double life. Only when I found out about it did I realize I can't trust you. So trust is it's not there. It's this thing that we have to assign some sense of security in our relationship, whatever that relationship is. And that trust, that security, we call it trust, becomes stronger over time the more we don't see any evidence of it being broken. Even though behind your back the whole time it's being broken.
Right.
And that's why when I tell people I don't believe in trust, I don't think it exists. It's not people look at me like I'm crazy. I'll leave it at that. Hey yo, go subscribe to my. Matter of fact,
hold on. Let me say this though. This is why seeing different situations in my life and dealing with women and also seeing like other people, how women move and how people move. Period. Just not just women. It's just seeing how people move is the reason why I have so much of an issue with believing everything somebody says. I can't. It's impossible for me to believe your word, because that's also that's me trusting that you are telling me the truth. But the problem is, I see what people do behind other people's back, and who am I to say I'm golden enough for a person not to do it to me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably easier for a person to do something to me than the next person, just because of who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I've always had an issue with saying, listen, and that's why I'm that type of person. I'll say this. Listen, I believe in God. I don't know. I don't think you as spiritual as I am, but or religious as I am. Huh?
What'd you say?
I said I believe in God.
Mm-hmm.
And
after that, what you say?
I said I don't know if you're as spiritual or religious as I am. I don't think you are though.
Why you say that?
I don't know. Just from years of knowing you, I never really heard you. I think you grew up in church though, right?
I think I'm probably one of the most spiritual people I've ever known,
but not as religious.
I'm not. I don't subscribe to religion, but I'm super spiritual. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, and that's gonna go over people's head because not everybody understands the difference between being spiritual and being religious. But
if you don't understand the difference, you can go to my video, spirituality versus religion. It's on my channel. Get out.
And it's a big difference. But I'm a firm believer of, listen, I can't control everything. I don't choose to control everything. I don't want to control everything. If you do what you do behind my back and I never find out about it, then that's all right. Kudos to you. You got one up on me. I can't sit up here. I'm not going to sit up here and dwell on those situations ever. Ever. I'm not going to sit up. And that's what causes a lot of friction in people's relationships. I could sit up here and say, well, I know women cheat. I know dudes cheat. You know what I'm saying? I got to watch out for it. You know, I'm not going to do that. And it has nothing to do with trust. It's just, at the end of the day, you do you. What I'm going to ask you to do, though, is make sure you maintain what you do at home. Period. That's a conversation that I have with everybody. Maintain home. Maintain home. And it's not to say, go ahead and cheat. I'll never, you know what I'm saying? Just listen, let me tell you something. Because I'm telling you this, maintain home. Because listen, if it ever come up, I'm a woman just like you. I get women intuition too. If you start switching up, you start changing, I'm going to believe that you're doing something that you ain't supposed to be doing. Period.
I respect that. I'll close out with, and I hate that I feel this way now because I never felt this way before. But you know how people say, what a person doesn't know doesn't hurt them.
It's the truth, though,
and it's true. And that's what I feel about trust. But my thing is this: this is my advice to anybody, who would ever deal with a person like me. And I mean this shit. I mean this shit. Like, I really mean this shit. This is my advice. Be good or be good at it. Adults are going to do what adults are going to do. If you feel the need to be shiesty, if you feel the need to be a creep, if you feel the need to live your life like that or live a double life, whatever, I don't have the energy for it personally. I don't have the time or the energy for it. But if you feel the need to live that way, be good or be good at it. Don't ever let that shit come back to my front door, because the second you bring that shit back to me, now not only were you living foul, but you didn't even have enough respect. After you lost the respect enough to not cheat, you didn't even have enough respect left to keep that shit from getting back to me. Right. So now you're sloppy and you're disrespectful.
Right.
And that's just how I leave it. I'll let you shout out your channel, your platform, all that.
All right, y'all go check out the Comfort Zone. We got a lot of good things coming in the future. Me and bro, we collabing. You know what I'm saying? Definitely see me again on this channel. But I'll check y'all later. That's it.
I promise y'all, I don't pretend to know everything. I just know what I know. Like, comment, and subscribe. It's the Social Forecast. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace and love. We got some active things. All right.